right? So whenever you are ready, Cass, just hit that red button.
Ready?
Hi guys, just a reminder, there's no embargo on this one. We're quite tight on time, so we'll stick to a couple of questions each, and we will start with Jim White from TalkSport. Are you there, Jim? Can everyone else hear us okay? Oh.
Hello.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Kasper. Good morning. How are you?
Morning, Jim. You all right?
Good, mate. This is an early start, but thank you so much for doing this, mate. How are you?
Yeah,
Okay?
very good. Thank you. Very good.
Good man. Okay. Well, we're ready at this end, and Kasper, I've only got about 3 or 4 points, so it shouldn't keep you very long. And here I go. Kasper, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us this time in the morning. When I look at the statistics, Kasper, 2 wins in the last 10 in the Premier League, there's been a lot of noise around Leicester's current form. But are there positives, would you say, in terms of performance?
I'd definitely say that the performances have improved. I think, obviously Wolves' result wasn't positive, but the result, the performance was much better. You need the referees to do their jobs, and you need a little bit of luck, which we didn't get. So take away the actual result, then the second half against West Ham, particularly, obviously the game against Randers and the game against Wolves, the performances have definitely picked up.
You have been missing key players, Kasper, but I know you, and you're very much a realist. Should that give you a pass of any sort?
No, we're not looking for excuses in terms of players being out. Everyone knows who we've been missing and the vital positions and vital times, but it's the same for any other team. You can encounter that in any season, and any team can encounter it, so it's about how you deal with it. And we have struggled with our form. It hasn't been as consistent as we've wanted, but for me, the main thing is when you look at training, when you look in the squad, that people are working hard and are still of the right mentality, which everyone is. If the case was that you're coming into training and people aren't working hard enough and all that, that's when you really have a problem.
Like you, Kasper, Brendan is very open and honest about the present times and about the future. And I notice he's been saying that there's going to be quite a significant rebuild come this summer. What has been the dressing room reaction to that?
No idea. I don't think many of us read the press with the greatest respect. I think every club will always go through phases where you do need to build, rebuild, and when you look at our current form, obviously we probably have things that we need to address, and that's where when you have a top manager, he can step in and hopefully get that right.
I mean, tell me about your own personal trajectory and goals, Kasper. When I think of Leicester City, invariably I think of you. So does Kasper Schmeichel want to be part of any rebuild?
I think, like you say, you know me, you know that my answer is going to be on the now, because I don't really think too far ahead in that sense, because football and life in general has taught me that you can't really plan ahead too much. You have to focus on the now, because when you remove that focus and start thinking of other things, then you lose your moment and you lose quality in the here and now. And I think it's really, really important, particularly with the form that we're in, that we are focused on the now. The next game is the most important game, and it's very cliched, but I think that's the way we've gone about it. That's the way we've had success. And I think as a player, your job is to focus on the here and now. I think any fan would be disappointed to think of a player thinking too far ahead. You want the here and the now, and you want the games. You want to improve the results, and then it's up to the management team and the sporting directors in order to plan the bigger picture.
Okay, thanks, Jim. We'll go to Owen at BBC Radio Leicester now.
Hi there, Kasper. I hope you're okay. I wonder whether I could start with firstly about how important, I mean, you spoke there about the here and now, but how important this competition is to the squad and to you as captain of this squad, as well as the final chance of silverware now.
Well, you said it yourself. It's the final chance of silverware. I doubt we're going to win the Premier League. So, we have an opportunity in this competition to go far, and it's one of those things. As a player, you want to win trophies, and to have the opportunity to be the first winner of this competition is something that I think we as a club should be going for.
Toughest challenges you'll have to overcome to firstly beat Randers, but also to go as far as you can in the Europa Conference League, Kasper?
Well, like I just said, the focus is on the next game, and that's Randers, and we'll take whatever happens after that game. If we do go through, we'll take what comes, but we have to get through first. And yeah, we have a good starting point, but we'd be foolish to take anything for granted.
Okay, thanks, Owen. We'll go to Emma from Sky Sports.
Hi, Kasper. How's it going?
Hi, Emma. You all right?
Yeah, good, thank you. Obviously, a lot's been said about your run in the league at the moment. How important is it to have a good run in this competition, and how could that help your form in the league?
I think wins build momentum. They build confidence. So any game that you can win will always be important for the squad as a whole. So so an opportunity to go and progress in this tournament will build some confidence, and it can help with that momentum. But we got to go and do the job first.
And I know you said to Jim that you sort of feel like performances are improving. How do you just assess the season? Because of course with Leicester now, it seems like every season the yardstick kind of moves a little bit, because you win the FA Cup. Of course, 5-6 years ago you had the fairy tale winning the title. How do you assess the season so far and where you are at the moment?
I think it's always going to be difficult for a club like Leicester to maintain that level every single season. You're going to run into seasons where you have these problems like we've had this season with the consistency in our game, and that's, I think, just a part of life, and you have to deal with that, and you have to make sure that you mitigate as much as you can against that. And there are so many unforeseen circumstances that pop up, and particularly in these times that have made it difficult for us. And it's not an excuse, because we should have the strength and depth to deal with that. And we just haven't been able to find that form. And like I said before, the worrying part would be if there wasn't, if you're coming into the training ground and not feeling like people aren't putting the shift in, but they are, and we are working extremely hard, and that's why, at least from the inside, the perspective is still good for the season.
Thanks, Emma. We'll go to Jep Larsen Brock.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Kasper, playing in Denmark, obviously you have some great memories from playing in Denmark with the national team. Is it somehow special for you to visit Denmark as a club player and playing away in Denmark?
Yeah, I've never really had that many opportunities to play at home in Denmark, so any opportunity I get to go home and play there is something I always look forward to. I have probably had more ticket requests for this game than I've had for any game in the last few seasons. So yeah, it's great to be able to have people who aren't usually able to come and watch us play, to give them the opportunity to see us.
Okay, thanks. We'll go to Rasmus Glud.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Kasper.
Isaac.
Kasper, just one question for you. You had in the Randers game Yannick Vestergaard playing in front of you, and he's been missing some games before that, both with an injury and some rotation in the squad. How was it to have him in front of you?
Yeah, I've played with Yannick for many years. Feel very comfortable with him, and I thought he had a very good game. So. He is a top player with so much experience from international level, from Premier League, Bundesliga. You know, he's a very experienced professional with a great attitude. So yeah, it's great for him to get more game time. Obviously, you said about the injury, and that's obviously been difficult for him to get that level of consistency into his game since then. But you know, he's working very, very hard, and he's a top professional.
Thanks, Rasmus. We'll go to Jordan Blackwell from Leicester Mercury.
Hi, Kasper.
Hi, Jordan.
We've seen Messi Fofana back in over the past couple of days. What sort of a boost would that give to the team, and also the kind of the atmosphere in the squad to have a player like him back after such a long injury?
Yeah, he's slowly getting back. It's great to see him out there. You know, horrible injury that he had to go through, and you know, having to. Yeah, as a player, knowing what long-term injuries is like, it's a horrible time in your life. So to see him back out on the pitch is great for the team. It's great, and you know, as a player, we've all seen how good he is. So it's good that he's getting back out there. There's always going to be that kind of that feeling of probably anxiousness just when he goes in for his first tackle and all that kind of thing. And when you get that out the way, you see that he's getting back to his fully fit self. So looking forward to him being more involved. And I think probably the most important thing is not rushing it.
Thanks, Jordan. We'll go to Jack Hart from Stats Perform.
Hi, Kasper. One of the biggest stories in football this year, for sure, has been Christian Eriksen's return to playing after the tragedy. How important is that, firstly, for football and for you as a fellow Dane?
Well, I've spoke many times about my feelings on Christian. You know, he is, for me, one of the best players I've ever played with. And it's just amazing to see him back. I saw him at a funeral, unfortunately, a few months ago, and I could see in his eyes that he was ready. That fire was in his eyes. The desire was there to come back, and yeah, it's a great bit of business for Brentford, I think. And I see he's 3 assists in his 2 behind closed doors friendlies. It shows that he's he's getting back to himself, and yeah, I can't wait to see him playing again in the Premier League, but even more importantly for me, to have him back in the national side.
Thanks, Jack. We'll finish with one from Lars and one from Jonas.
Hey, Kasper.
Hi.
I have a question about your comment from the Euros in the summer, where you said, has it ever been home? And obviously it got a lot of focus in Denmark, won the Zulu Award. What about in England? Was it something that was talked about? Like, did your teammates comment on
it? Not really. I don't know. It was tongue in cheek in the moment, but you know, I don't know. It probably people probably paid more attention to it than I did.
Okay, Jonas.
Hi, Kasper.
Hi.
Jonas from Bolton. Can you just tell me about your assessment of the Randers FC's performance last time and your expectations for tomorrow's game?
Well, I think particularly first half they did well, considering they haven't played since December. To come away from home and you know, be drawing at half time, I think is a very good feat for them. I think the press were a bit harsh on them after the game. I think that it was expected that we would win the game, but I think they put up good fight. Their goalkeeper had a great game, and yeah, I think it was all things considering they had a decent performance. But in terms of the game tomorrow, we have to be fully professional. We have to go out thinking it's 0-0. We have to go and play the game as it's meant to be played. And like I said before, take nothing for granted. I think that would be a big mistake on our part if we did that.
Okay, thanks everyone. We'll leave it there, and we'll be back with the manager shortly. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.